2019, and we are 7 days into the new year, and Disney is having some fun. We have ticket price increases that were just announced, and some annual passes are going up 23%, some tickets are going up 10%. And then today, Disney just sprinkled a little bit more magic onto all that with DVC rule changes for resale. And we had to talk about that.
Well, we wanted to talk about this in a completely serious way for those of you who are thinking about it, because we know there's a lot of questions on the website. So this is going to be a completely serious discussion about why, what's going on with the new DVC rules. There you go. So that summarizes it right there.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are thinking about doing DVC or going down the resale route. And if you're interested in doing that, buckle up, because rule changes are coming. So do you want to go through them?
Okay, so effective January 19th, there are new rule changes for DVC resale. Now, all of us who bought direct, those who already bought resale, and our current DVC owners, this does not affect us. So deep sigh of relief if you are just finding out this news from us. Hey, you two, I'm trying to be serious. We promised to be serious for once. Siri's going. Siri's going. No. Okay. Anyway, so the new changes are that if you purchase resale after the 19th at one of the already existing DVC resorts, you will only be able to hop between those DVC resorts. So that means when the Riviera, and then I think the other one is called Reflections, and any other DVC resorts open up, you will not be able to stay at those resorts. You will be locked into those 14 original resorts. Those who buy, gentlemen, we're trying to do this quickly. Those who buy into the Riviera resale, which Riviera isn't even up for sale yet. I think it's supposed to open this fall, but they haven't announced when they're going to start selling points for it. If you buy Riviera resale, you're making this really hard. You will only be able to stay at the Riviera. You will not be able to stay at any other resort. So there's no 7-month window for you to jump onto any other resort. You can only stay at the Riviera if you purchase it resale. So what does this mean for those of you who are considering purchasing resale? If you are already in a bid and Disney does the whole right of first refusal stuff before the 19th, you are going to be grandfathered in to the original DVC rules, and you don't have to worry about being limited to the 14 resorts. However, if you are purchasing resale after the 19th, you are going to fall under these new rules. Okay, I think I summed it up okay with all that.
A lot of people have been asking us, why is it that you went and bought, direct from DVC as opposed to going on down the resale route? And I guess I would say that it's easy for you to think that, it's going to be fine, and Disney's not going to change the rules, but we are year 2 into our contract, and they've changed quite a bit so far.
It's 75-point minimum direct to get perks, and I think about a year before we bought it, and we actually have another video it was supposed to come out tomorrow. We're now bumping it to next week because we had to talk about this tonight, where we talk about why we were crazy enough to purchase direct and purchase DVC in the first place. So that comes out next week, but we've seen quite a few rule changes. So we were told by our guide about a year after the rule change where resellers could no longer get the perks when purchasing resale. And then right after we bought in, it was you must purchase 75 points direct from Disney. And then, of course, there's been the price hikes for points, that have occurred several times. And now this doozy.
So, I mean, I guess, we're not trying to say that for some people it's still going to be the right decision to buy a resale, and you should do what's best for you and do all the information, do all the research, figure out what works for you. But I guess this is just another thing to take into consideration of if things can change in just a year or two, what can change over a longer period of time. So don't be like this guy and try to figure it out and learn about it after the fact. But in all seriousness, I mean, it's a big decision. It's a lot of money. I think we still kind of are having the sticker shock, and we're still going through that. But I will say that in some ways, this helps me. I feel a little bit better at night saying, well, at least it's not going to affect me. But I think it goes to show you that when you're buying something like DVC, that's 48 years or 50 years. It's 48 years for our contract. And that's a long time, and a lot of things can change. And you kind of have to anticipate that, both in terms of, what are your finances going to be like over the many years? What is Disney going to do over these years? But I think the one thing we've learned so far is that it seems like things change a lot more than people want to admit. Mm-hmm. I've also been seeing stuff on forums about they're also reallocating points on some of the resorts. So some of the the point costs per room are changing. Now they told us when we bought that the number of total points per the season can't change. They can just change points within. Mm-hmm. Yeah, right. But that being said, it's just another thing. So. Is there anything else?
This is just another thing to consider if you are showing up at this video because you think you are thinking, of purchasing DVC. I'm sorry, I have an annoying puppet. I have a cat asking for food.
That is not a nice thing to say about the puppet.
I don't care.
This is a Disney licensed property. You should show respect.
He's incredible.
He is awesome.
Hey, we said we were going to be quick tonight. So anyway, this is just yet another thing to consider. Look at all these rule changes that have happened just within the last couple of years, and go ahead, if you haven't watched, I'll put a card at the top, our video on the recent annual dues increase, which we have to pay off this month. Oh wow! Don't throw that for the kid. This is just another thing to take into consideration if you want to deal with this sort of thing and deal with all these changes. And with all these price increases, all of a sudden, are you still a loyal Disney customer? So I guess we would love to. I mean, we've given our thoughts on it.
We're doing too much of our thoughts.
Yeah, possibly. So I think at this point, I'd love to hear from our subscribers, especially those of you who are long-term DVC members. Have you seen this many changes so quickly? If you had known all these things were going to be happening, would you have still bought in all that time ago? Those of you who are coming here because you are researching, is Disney changing your mind about how you are going to buy? Were you going to purchase resale, and are they now pushing you towards purchasing direct from them, which I think is what they've been trying to do with all these changes? Or are you still going to go ahead and buy resale, or maybe not even at all? We would love to hear from you. And those are our thoughts. I'm going to leave the link to the article we have down below. It does a really good job of kind of just laying out the basics of this, of what the changes are coming on January 19th. And we will have our video that was supposed to be out tomorrow will now come out next week. This kind of goes with it. Once again, it's
you can see us before
when we only heard about the price increases on the Disney tickets versus tonight. So
it's only 7 days in the year. So
it's
buckle
7
up.
days. So and Disney's hitting us, boom, boom, boom. So I guess what's next? Okay, that is it. Have a good night and do your thing, buddy.
And to like, subscribe.